Let's get right into some Firewall Zero Hour 101. Today we'll discuss Firewall's most controversial piece of equipment, signal modifiers, aka jammers, aka Heidi Beat Beat. First, we'll go over some basic tips on simple communication. I know I've discussed this in all my other videos, so I'm probably going to continue to mention it because it's that important. It's the difference between successful contracts or failures. When you spawn in, make sure you're calling out where you want to go, who you're going to go with, or wait for someone else to call out where they're going to go and follow them. When and if you go down, make sure and call out what killed you and if you see any enemies. This is a lot more helpful than screaming and making up excuses why you died and how it's not your fault. And it's bullshit. Focus. We all die.
Hostile erased. You're on your own now. Show no mercy.
Sometimes you won't get quality intel. You have to force it out of players who are still traumatized by the death. That wasn't their fault. This is where communication comes into play. Knowing how to send and receive information is vital. You can ask for intel using simple questions. Where is he? Is he moving? How many? Are all good examples of getting intel you need from players who are not giving it to you. That's enough about good communications for now, so let's get to the main topic of this video. The most notorious equipment in the game, jammers. Today we'll go over some basic jammer techniques and how to effectively move in and counter them. So I'm going to show you a few spots about how to place jammers, as it really they're not really that big of a deal once you unlock them at level 21, because then you can kind of play with them and then you'll get a little bit more information about how other players are using them as well. So you have to kind of get inside the mind of a jammer placer. Some spots are trickier than others that just come with time using it. But as you'll see, there's plenty of spots you can and can't put it. This spot right here is pretty tricky. It's a pretty hard one to hit. One thing you have to think about when you're placing them is if you can't see them, then it's going to be really hard to hit them. Unless they have explosives, some parts it's really, really hard to take down jammers. Unless you have explosives. Some parts it's almost impossible. But the good thing about jammers is you have to be able to place it, which means you have to be able to point your gun in that direction. So they all should be shootable. Here we're just going to look at a speed run of a few different jammer placements in the range on the jammer and compound when the computer is in the dining room. It's got a fairly decent range. This map is probably one of the trickiest for jammers. It's also it is my favorite map in the game. Just the multi-floor placements, the inside-outside placements can all be very tricky to find. Best advice I can give you is if you know your team has been placing jammers every single match, move in on the enemy and sweep for jammers before you kill the final enemy. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but it's the best advice I can give you. New players, you can if you see people on your team using jammers, look and see where they're placing them, so that way you can get an idea as to where a good jammer placement is. Some spots are trickier than others, like under that table back there. It's really, really hard to see. Impact grenades are really good for taking out jammers in hidden spots. And this map is just probably one of the trickiest spots for jammers, I think, in the game. The prior one, Warehouse, is pretty tricky also. But I just wanted to make this short video, show you guys some of the quick jammer placements. I can do this on other maps if you want also. Not a big deal. The hard part is there's so many different computer spawns that it would take forever to show all of them. But I'll do what I can for you guys. If you guys are still interested in this game, I'd love to keep making videos for you. The bathrooms are some of my favorite spots to place jammers in this game, so if you ever go up against me, I'm probably camping in the bathroom taking a shit with the jammer.
1 minute 14 seconds. If he's not... Oh, I found him. He's in the small lounge. He's camping in the corner.
1 minute remaining.
Downstairs. So go down the main hall. I mean the main staircase. And then you'll find him camping in the corner. Oh wait, slow down. Don't make any sounds. He's gonna be to your right.
The auditory beeps are going to be your biggest keys to where the jammers are. So make sure that your team is quiet.
Your pistol.
You're not pressing the computer while you're looking for jammers in the last few minutes of the game, because that'll cut out the audio to where you can't hear the beeps. The beeps will give away the position more than anything else in the game. That said, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Let me know if you guys want more. If you don't, doesn't matter. I'm going to keep making them anyway. Stay tuned for more tips. I got plenty more ideas and videos coming your way.